You know that feeling when someone suddenly becomes distant, as if you never mattered at all? Your heart senses that something deeper is happening here. The angels whisper that his sudden withdrawal isn't rejection, it's protection. He's protecting himself from feelings so intense they terrify him. This connection wasn't random. Your souls recognized each other the moment you met. The angels reveal that you were placed in his path for a divine reason, to awaken parts of his heart he thought were dead forever. Your presence triggered something sacred within him, something he's been avoiding his entire adult life. He acts like you don't exist because existing in your light forces him to confront everything he's buried. Every laugh you shared, every effortless conversation, every moment when time seemed to stop, these weren't coincidences. They were soul appointments, orchestrated by forces beyond this physical realm. The angels say his coldness is actually his soul's way of buying time. He needs space to process the significance of what you represent in his life. You're not just another woman to him, you're the mirror reflecting his deepest capacity for love, and that terrifies him more than losing you ever could. Your mission in his life is complete, but your story together has only just begun. Trust this divine timing. What's meant for you cannot slip away, even when it feels like it already has. He carries wounds so deep that love feels like a threat instead of a gift. The angels show me scars from his past, betrayals that taught him to equate vulnerability with danger. His emotional walls weren't built to keep you out specifically, they were constructed to keep everyone out, long before you arrived. When someone has been hurt repeatedly, their nervous system learns to interpret genuine love as a warning signal. Your authenticity, your pure intentions, your ability to see through his defenses, these beautiful qualities of yours actually trigger his deepest fears. It's not logical, but trauma rarely is. The angels reveal that he's fighting an internal war between his heart's desperate desire to trust you and his mind's insistence that loving you will destroy him. He's experienced love as loss, affection as abandonment, intimacy as inevitable betrayal. Your presence challenges every protective belief he's held sacred. His coldness isn't about you lacking something, it's about him having too much pain to process your goodness properly. He looks at you and sees everything he wants, but believes he doesn't deserve. He sees the life he could have if he were brave enough to heal instead of hide. The angels whisper that his barriers are already cracking. Each day he spends trying to forget you only reminds him of why forgetting you is impossible. His resistance is actually evidence of how deeply you've already touched his soul. While he battles his demons, the angels need you to remember something crucial. You cannot heal him by dimming your own light. Your compassion is beautiful, but it becomes destructive when you sacrifice your peace for his comfort. He needs to see you thriving, not waiting. The angels watch you checking your phone, analyzing his silence, wondering what you did wrong. Sweet soul, you did nothing wrong. His inability to receive your love is not a reflection of your worthiness to give it. Stop shrinking yourself to make his fears feel safer. Your energy is precious, too precious to be spent wondering if you're too much for someone who's not ready for enough. The angels remind you that authentic love never requires you to become less than who you are. If he cannot handle your radiance, that speaks to his healing journey, not your character. This is your season to invest in yourself with the same devotion you wanted to give to him. Take those long baths, buy yourself flowers, and pursue the dreams you put on hold. The angels say that your self-love creates a magnetic field that attracts aligned connections to you. He's watching, even in his silence. He sees you choosing yourself, and it both terrifies and inspires him. Your refusal to chase him is teaching him something powerful, that true love doesn't beg, it simply exists in its fullness, available to those ready to receive it. The angels whisper, your wholeness is not dependent on his readiness. Stay whole, stay radiant, stay true. Your light doesn't just brighten rooms, it illuminates souls. The angels reveal that your presence forces him to confront parts of himself he's avoided for years. You're not just a woman he met, you're a spiritual mirror reflecting his unlived life, his untapped potential, his buried dreams. When he looks at you, he sees his own capacity for joy that he's forgotten existed. Your laughter reminds him of the lightness he lost somewhere between childhood and cynicism. Your genuine nature shows him how much of himself he's concealed behind masks and defenses. This is why he can't look away, even when he wants to. You trigger his deepest shame, not because you judge him, but because your authenticity makes his pretenses impossible to maintain. In your presence, his walls feel suffocating instead of protective. His carefully constructed identity crumbles, leaving him raw and exposed to truths he's not ready to face. The angels show me his late-night thoughts. He wonders who he could become if he allowed himself to love like you do. He imagines conversations where he doesn't have to perform, moments where he can simply be himself without armor. You've revealed to him a version of himself he didn't know was possible. Your mirror effect is both his greatest gift and his greatest fear. You reflect not just his shadows but also his light, the beautiful, worthy, lovable man he insists doesn't exist. His avoidance of you is truly his avoidance of his own magnificence. The angels whisper, mirrors don't lie, they simply reveal what is. His reaction to your reflection unveils everything about his readiness to see himself clearly. Something is stirring deep within him. The angels show me subtle shifts occurring beneath his surface, small cracks in his armor where your light has seeped through. He's beginning to question the walls he's built, wondering if they're protecting him or imprisoning him. He finds himself reminiscing about the conversations you shared, replaying moments when you saw through his defenses with such gentle acceptance. These memories won't let him be. They follow him into his sleep, whisper to him in quiet moments, and challenge every belief he holds about his own unworthiness. The angels reveal that he's started to notice things differently. Colors seem more vibrant, music resonates with him on a deeper level, and simple pleasures feel more significant. This is what happens when a frozen heart begins to thaw. The world transitions from black and white to a brilliant spectrum. You've reawakened his senses to beauty he had forgotten existed. His friends notice the changes too. There's a softness in his eyes that wasn't there before, moments when his guard drops, and they catch a glimpse of the man he could be. He's asking different questions, seeking new answers, and growing uncomfortable with the superficial connections that once satisfied him. Late at night, when his defenses are at their weakest, he allows himself to envision what loving you would feel like. These aren't mere fantasies, they're previews of his soul's deepest longing. The angels say these visions are his spirit's way of preparing him for the courage love demands. This awakening cannot be stopped, only delayed. Your light has already done its work. Now his soul must choose whether to embrace the dawn or hide in familiar darkness. He comes close, then pulls away. He reaches out, then disappears. The angels want you to understand that this dance isn't cruelty. It's his soul's way of testing the waters of vulnerability. Each time he retreats, he's not rejecting you. He's wrestling with his own ability to receive love without ruining it. This push and pull pattern serves a sacred purpose. Like a swimmer afraid of deep water, he dips his toe into intimacy, then rushes back to the safety of emotional distance. But with each cycle, he stays in the deep end a little longer. With each return, he trusts a little more. The angels reveal that his inconsistency isn't about confusion, it's about courage. Every time he shows up, he's choosing bravery over safety. Every time he pulls back, he's honoring his need to process the intensity of what you represent. This rhythm is actually progress disguised as chaos. You feel the whiplash of his approach and retreat, but the angels ask you to see the larger pattern. He's not the same man who first walked away. Each cycle leaves him more open, more honest, more willing to risk his heart. His resistance is weakening while his desire for real connection grows stronger. His timing isn't your timing, and that's okay. The angels whisper that forced growth breaks the tender shoots of new love. He needs to choose you from a place of readiness, not desperation. His cyclical journey is preparing him to love you fully, not partially. Trust the process, even when it feels like chaos. Every retreat brings him closer to the moment when he'll finally stop running from the very thing his soul craves most. Your love doesn't just touch his heart, it heals wounds he didn't even know were still bleeding. The angels show me how your energy works like medicine in his system, slowly dissolving years of accumulated pain. You're not trying to fix him, yet your mere presence begins to mend what was broken. Love, when genuine, operates on frequencies beyond human comprehension. Your authentic care for him creates vibrations that reach the deepest parts of his wounded soul. The angels reveal that even in your absence, the love you've shown him continues to work, like medicine gradually released into his spiritual bloodstream. He doesn't understand why thoughts of you bring him peace amidst anxiety. He can't explain why your voice in his memory calms the storms he has carried for decades. This is love's healing power. It doesn't require his understanding, only his willingness to receive it. The angels whisper that your love is teaching his nervous system a new language, the language of safety, acceptance, and unconditional regard. For the first time in years, his body is learning to relax in the presence of deep feelings. Your love is rewiring his ability to trust. You've planted seeds of healing in his heart without even realizing it. Every kind word, every moment of patience, every time you saw his goodness when he couldn't see it himself, these acts of love are now blossoming within him like wildflowers in a desert. The medicine of your love doesn't demand immediate results. It works in divine timing, healing layers of hurt he's carried since childhood. The angels say healing isn't linear, it's mysterious, profound, and always leads to transformation when received with an open heart. There's a plan unfolding that's bigger than both of your individual stories. The angels reveal that this connection exists within divine timing, not the timing you desire, but the timing your souls need for the deepest healing and truest love to emerge. Every delay, every moment of uncertainty, every step backward that felt like losing ground, these were all necessary parts of a sacred choreography. The universe has been orchestrating circumstances to prepare both of your hearts for a love that can withstand anything life presents. The angels show me how forces beyond the physical realm have been working to clear pathways between you. Old patterns needed dismantling, false beliefs required releasing, and the wounded parts of both of your hearts needed tending. This process cannot be rushed without sacrificing the depth of connection you're both meant to experience. Trust doesn't come easy to him, but the angels have been softening his resistance through divine intervention. Dreams that feature your presence, songs that remind him of conversations you shared, moments of inexplicable peace when he thinks of you, these aren't coincidences. They're heaven's way of keeping love alive in his heart. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. The angels want you to know that every tear you've cried over this connection has been witnessed and honored. Your patience is being rewarded in ways you cannot yet see. Divine timing means everything unfolds exactly when all parties are ready to receive the fullness of what's being offered. The angels whisper, what belongs to you cannot be lost, only delayed until the moment is perfect. Behind his walls lives a man who dreams of loving freely, but fears the cost of opening his heart. The angels reveal his deepest secret. He wants to surrender to love more than he wants to stay safe, but vulnerability feels like voluntary destruction to someone who has survived by staying guarded. He watches couples and wonders what it would be like to hold someone without worrying about the pain of losing them. He sees your gentleness and imagines what his life could become if he could trust that gentleness with his most vulnerable parts. These aren't just thoughts. They're prayers his heart whispers when his mind isn't listening. The angels show me his late-night conversations with himself, the moments when he almost texts you, almost calls, almost shows up at your door ready to risk it all. He writes messages he never sends, rehearses words he's too afraid to say, practices vulnerability in the mirror as if it were a foreign language. His fear isn't of you, it's of himself. He's scared that once he opens his heart, he won't know how to protect what matters most. He's worried his love will be too intense, too needy, too overwhelming for someone as beautiful as you. He doesn't trust himself to love you the way you deserve. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. The angels want him to understand that love doesn't require perfection, it requires presence. His wounded heart is precisely what makes him capable of the deepest devotion. The key to his heart isn't force, it's patience. Vulnerability blossoms when it's safe to do so, never when it's demanded. Let go of how you think this story should unfold. The angels whisper that true love cannot be controlled, manipulated, or forced into existence. It can only be recognized, honored, and trusted to reveal itself in perfect timing. Your heart knows what your mind struggles to accept. Some connections transcend human understanding and operate according to spiritual laws that don't yield to earthly impatience. This love exists whether he's ready to embrace it or not, whether he's brave enough to pursue it or not, whether he chooses it or not. The angels reveal a profound truth. Your worth was never dependent on his recognition of it. Your love was never diminished by his inability to receive it. Your light never dimmed because he wasn't ready to stand in its warmth. You are complete, whole, and magnificent exactly as you are. If he chooses to open his heart, you'll know. If he decides to love bravely, it will be obvious. If he's meant to be yours in this lifetime, nothing can prevent it. And if he's not ready for the gift you represent, someone else is being prepared who will be. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. The angels ask you to surrender this situation to divine wisdom that sees far beyond what human eyes can perceive. Love that's meant to be doesn't require chasing, convincing, or changing yourself to become acceptable. It simply exists, patient and persistent, waiting for recognition and readiness to align. Your job isn't to make him love you, it's to remain lovable while he decides if he's brave enough to try.